ones on YouTube, Fight World, Steel Mills Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's the business? But I wanted to give a breakdown on Fury and Anthony Joshua and their upcoming undisputed bout this summer. I think they said they aiming for it, man. I think this is a 50-50 fucking fight, man. Both of these dudes acquire certain skill sets that is contradictory to the next. You dig what I'm saying? I don't think Anthony Joshua has ever fought a caliber opponent that is going to make you come and find him. I don't think that he has, and I don't think Tyson. Actually, I know Tyson Fury hasn't fought an opponent that is just is brolic and hard hitting as Anthony Joshua. I think the pros in Tyson Fury's favor are, oh hell yeah, that shit was quick. The pros are most definitely his fleet-footedness, his jab, his quirkiness, how he uses the jab, how he flicks the jab. He's never looking to score with the jab. He's looking to set up the right hand off of the jab, hook off the jab. It's never meant to keep you keep you at bay and respect the power behind the jab. He's not looking to score with it. He's looking to set up shit off of it, as opposed to Joshua, who's looking to score with it. Niggas jab feel like a fucking right hand. So I think in Fury's favor, that goes in Fury's favor with how he uses the jab and how he uses his lateral movement, switch hitting. I don't think he's as effective as a switch hitter as a Josh Taylor. I don't think he's as effective as Josh Taylor when it comes to switch hitting, but the fact that he has that in his repertoire can prove to be problematic. But the combination punching, the speed, everything is in his arsenal that he needs to be able to deal with Anthony Joshua. But and his defense, he has really good head movement. He's not easy to hit, but he has been hit, and that's most definitely a con I think is in his game. He has been hit, despite how fluid of a defensive fighter you are and how fleet-footed you are. At the end of the day, it's too much body to miss. You are a 6'9" ass dude, and you've been dropped by lesser opposition. Waleed damn near stopped you. Damn near stopped you. If you wasn't who you was, that fight would have been stopped. And they didn't have what they had invested in you. Yeah, that fight most definitely, you would have been stopped. You would have been stopped. Like, despite the fact that your league's above Waleed, that anybody else is not getting the benefit of the doubt that you got in that particular bout. So I think that right there is, you as good as a defensive fighter you are, you ain't Floyd. You're gonna get hit. You're gonna get hit. And what happened? Wilder caught you. As one-dimensional as a fighter that Wilder is, for him to catch you the way that he caught you, yikes. Yikes. You know what I'm saying? And at that time you were a former world champion. And for him to catch you the way that he caught you, and he only throws one shot. Two if you count how he sets it up. But you've been caught by him. You dig what I'm saying? So how do you get away from a dude who has a good 4 or 5, maybe 3 to 4 punches? No. Joshua pretty much has all of the punches at his disposal. He has the hook. He has the lead left hook. He has a really good left hook. He has a good counter left hook. He has a step back right hand off of a jab. You know what I'm saying? Off of your jab. When he slips it, you know what I'm saying? That uppercut, you dig? His last fight, he was launching 6 uppercuts consecutively. One of them bitches is gonna land, and you're not stronger than them, so how are you gonna stop them bitches? How are you gonna stop them from coming up the middle? Eventually, that shit gonna wear on your arms. You know what I'm saying? So you're there to be hit, even though you're not there to be hit. You dig? You know, cruiserweights have found you. Wilder has found you. Otto Wallin has found you. You know, and it's been to a point where you've been trapped on the rope. Whether you're forced or you're going there to your own free admission, you've been caught on the rope. So I think that's the pros and the cons to what Tyson Fury. I think the pros with the Anthony Joshua is his size and his strength. You're not gonna be able to lean on Anthony Joshua the way that you leaned on Wilder. I think with Wilder, he filled out great. You know what I'm saying? He looked good at 230, at 230 pause. He looked good up there, but he didn't redistribute that weight to his lower, his core, his lower body. It was all upper body, And this dude got 270 plus pounds just leaning on you. That's gonna wear on your legs. You know what I'm saying? That's 500. Shit, at that moment you holding up 500 plus pounds worth of weight on them little chicken legs. You're not gonna be able to do that with Anthony Joshua. His core is, he has a far better core, far better base. So leaning on Anthony Joshua you're not gonna be able to do that. So he has the strength. The dude is just strong. You dig? People was complaining about him. You putting too much time into the gym trying to look like Tony Atlas or something. That's gonna pay. That's gonna be to his benefit. He's not gonna lose that strength. He's not pumping as much iron as he once was, but he's damn sure not gonna lose that strength. So that's a pro going into his favor right there. And just elite level power in both hands. And in multiple shots that's coming from different trajectories, whether it's the uppercut or the straight right down the pike or the left hook to loop around your guard. It's no punch that he can't throw. There's no punch that he can't throw and knock you out with. You have that, and I don't think you faced the counterpuncher as good as an Anthony Joshua. You haven't. Not even I think. I know you haven't. Dude is doing step back right hands, bro. Like that, I keep harping on that because I'm really, I'm really fascinated by it. What the fuck? How this dude can, is 6'6", looking like Canelo and Floyd Mayweather in the ring with step back counter right hands. That is incredible to me. That is incredible to me, and it's dope because he's putting to shame what all these other dick mouth ass niggas is saying about him being so robotic. So he's not as stiff as he once was, and even as a stiff, when he was a stiff fighter, he was still getting niggas the fuck up out of there. So him being stiff, it took Andy Ruiz to capitalize on that situation for him to be all right, cool. Let me get a little bit more fluid. Let me drop off some of this weight. You dig? I personally don't think that he needed to make them adjustments for the Andy Ruiz fight because everything he did in the second bout, he did in the first bout. The difference was the knockdown and how he acted on the knockdown, with him thinking that Andy Ruiz was more hurt than he was. No, he didn't need to make wild adjustments like that. He honestly didn't need to. He did the smarter thing and said, all right, cool, let me at least get into the habit of shaving this weight, not walking around as heavy due to muscle. So when it's time to fight somebody else, I'll at least be in the process of losing this weight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just talking shit. Yeah, that don't make no sense, but whatever, man. But I think the strengths for Anthony Joshua going into this fight is his array of punches that he has, his strength, his counter-punching abilities. I think his strength is really going to be his jab mainly. I think his jab is going to put you on. His jab is going to put you on the ropes. His jab is going to put you on the ropes. And when you get caught on the ropes, I see that uppercut is coming into play. Even mid-ring. Nah, I don't think you would be foolish enough to stay, mid-ring with him. You dig? I think you'll try you're going to try your best to control the real estate in the ring and really move around. But I think his jab is really going to force you to the rope. It's really going to force you to the rope. And when you get on the rope, that uppercut is coming. without a shadow of a doubt. And I think his cons are, I don't want to say it's a con, but you know, a lot of people are feeling this way, so it should be addressed. A lot of people feel he's gun shy because of what happened with him and Andy Ruiz. Oh, he's gun shy. He don't want to get into exchanges no more. He don't want this. He don't want that. Which, and my point is, why should he want to do that? The dude he doesn't have fast hands. So why exactly would he want to sit there and get into an exchange with dudes who have faster hands than him? Like, you know, that makes no sense to me for people to say that shit. Oh, he's gun shy now. He's gun shy now. He's not as tenacious as he was when he fought Dillian White. But why do you have to be? If I can get you out of there in a more methodical way without bringing harm to myself, whether it's in that fight in particular or just in, you know, longevity, why wouldn't I take that route? I think we get so caught up and drunk off of power and just being able to, you know, having the ability to knock the motherfucker the fuck out, that we lose sight of what boxing is all about. It's hit and not get hit. So why the fuck do I gotta stand in front of you and bang and bang and bang and bang and bang when I can switch shit up? Manny Pacquiao switched shit up. Before the Morales fight, before the Eric Morales fight, he was only 1-1-2. 1-1-2. Double jab 2. Double jab 2. Double jab 2. And because his foot, you know, his feet was so, you know, he was so graceful on his feet, his hands were so damn fast, he was able to get away with it. But the minute Eric Morales started, you know, he found a way to neutralize that shit, he lost that fight. And they had to go back. Okay, now I have to develop this right this right hook. Now I have to develop that. I have to add more skill, you know, more punches to my repertoire in order for me to compete. Same with Joshua. Why the fuck does Joshua have to just sit there and just be the kill skill, you know, seek and destroy ass dude that he once was, man? Nah, nigga gotta grow. He gotta grow. He's not, you know, he's not fighting Dillian White no more. Now you're at a championship bout, and when you get to that level, knocking niggas the fuck out is highly unlikely, depending on the champion that's in front of you. So no, I think it's foolish for people to sit there and talk that dumb shit. And he ain't dead, you know, he's gun shy, he ain't knocking nobody. Oh, man, shut the fuck up. So I think that right there is a con in his game, and that's only because people are saying, you know, speaking about it. You know, he's not as, you know, he's gun shy now, and he's you know, his confidence is, it may not be there for whatever reason. Like, how isn't your confidence there? And you're chinny and all that shit, and just like he, you know, he proved otherwise. Even in the Andy Ruiz fight, he was knocked down multiple times and got right back up, and was getting hit behind the head, in the back of the head. You know, that temple shot was flush, but he was most definitely getting rapid punched. So I don't know, man. I feel going into this fight, you know, what weaknesses does he have? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think wanting to be a bit more methodical as a fighter is a weakness or a crutch against you. I think that's the goal. You want to be able to beat somebody at all three distances. Why is that a weakness? I think he's mentally stronger now than what he was before he got knocked out by Andy Ruiz. I really do. I really do. And I think the fact that people are starting to feel, you know, the way that they're feeling about why they're seeing Wilder was a lot more, you know, was a lot more talk in Wilder's game than it was bark when it came to the two. I think that's giving him confidence as well, for him to know that, yeah, shit, now y'all know I didn't duck that nigga. I threw them 120 million up at that nigga, man. He didn't want it. He didn't want that. Ain't nothing I can do about that. I think he's fine. I think that's really boosting his confidence. Wilder coming out and saying, yo, man, you know, I could have, you know, trying to plead with, you know, cop a plea with Tyson Fury to guilt trip that nigga into a fight. You know, Anthony Joshua offered to pay me more money after you done spent all these years telling niggas that he ducked you. I think that's giving him like, oh yeah, I done told y'all. You did. That would give me confidence. Like, yeah, now y'all see, I ain't no bitch ass nigga. So I personally, you know, people are saying it, but I don't see a weakness in Anthony Joshua right now. I honestly don't. I honestly don't. I can't understand how somebody would equate a motherfucker wanting to fight you off the back foot and take your advantage away from you as a flaw or a weakness. I think that's goofy. I think that's very goofy. The dude is shown a really solid skill set, and because he's not, you know, all the time, oh, he needs to learn how to do this, he needs to learn how to do that. You know, all he do is know how to, you know, he gonna switch it up. He don't know how to do this and he don't know how to do that. That's everybody's complaining. Then when he does what y'all saying that he needs to learn how to do, now he's running. That's just the dumbest shit in the world. So I don't see it. Yeah, bro, fuck that. I don't think that nigga has no weaknesses going into this fight. I don't think confidence is an issue with him. I don't think that whatsoever. I think he's more confident in it now than he has been. You dig? I fuck with Anthony Joshua. And I see it in his face like, yo, I'm trying to really show you niggas that, man, y'all got me fucked up. You dig? Every time he wins, it's more salt coming at him. They damn near caught the Holy Ghost when Andy Ruiz did what he did to him. When he stopped Anthony Joshua, everybody was overjoyed. Wilder got on there and it was just drag, and then they crucified that man's victory. Fuck the crucified nigga who just completely outboxed, put on a clinic, and showed I am the better fighter. He was setting himself apart in the first fight by the third round. He got overzealous and got punished for it. His mistake. He didn't do it again, and because he didn't do it again, oh man, he ran the whole fight. Man, like, you know, oh well, Andy Ruiz wasn't focused, and you know, focus Andy Ruiz and get Anthony Joshua. Man, shut up. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. So I don't think he has any weaknesses going into this fight. Personally, I can't think of none that are really, you know, highlighted like that. I personally can't. I don't see him as having any weaknesses going into this fight. I see him having all the advantages going into this fight. I honestly do. I see a man who's confident in his abilities. I see a dude who has an array of punches. I see a dude who, who's a really good counter puncher. I see a dude with a really good jab, hard jab, a jab that feels like a power punch. I see a dude that breaks you down with the jab and is looking to score with the jab upstairs, jab downstairs. That's what I see, and because of that, I'm going with Anthony Joshua. I'm going with Anthony Joshua in this fight. He could most definitely lose this fight, though. I think Tyson. We're gonna get the best version of Tyson Fury. We're gonna get the best version of Tyson Fury. We are. I don't think it's just no way around it, man. That dude is. He's coming to fight. He's coming to fight. I think he's playing himself though with all this, all this arrogance that he's just playing. But that's boxing. And he's taking a page out of Ali's book, which is what's up. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to study the greats, and not just their mannerisms in the ring, but outside of the ring. How it's a psychological war. They say 90% of boxing is mental. If I can break you down mentally, shit, I already won the fight. So I dig that he does that shit. Do I think it's gonna bear good fruit? No, because I don't see him beating Anthony Joshua. But he can very well much so beat Joshua, and I do think it's a truly 50-50 fight. Whoever comes out there and executes the game plan is gonna win the fight. But I think Joshua has a lot more facets than people are willing to give him. He does, and when he proves niggas wrong, they probably gonna have to block me from Facebook. Like, on the real, they're probably gonna have to block me, because I've been riding for Joshua for some years now, and I've been getting crucified for it because everybody was so, pro Wilder. And even to this day, people are they just refuse to believe that the fight is in the word. I saw a video from Fanon, and he's just like, no, they think they finna have a fight. And I'm like, man, y'all dudes just Y'all gotta get that shit up, my nigga. You know. But yeah, that's how I feel about it. That's my spill. That's my get down on the fight. I got Joshua coming out victorious in the fight, but I do think it's a 50-50 fight. So like and subscribe to the video. Still Mills Boxing. I'm out.